Homecoming week. Yeah, let's hope the best part of homecoming week is more than just Perry Street, right? Just saying, it's a good time. It's a good week. It's a good time to see your family, right? No, for me, that's gonna be my favorite part. It's gonna be the game, but it's also gonna be seeing the friends and the family. I know y'all already know what's up. What it's always gonna be. Thanks up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
Greetings and salutations. Hoping all is good for you and yours. Had a little light on the side, Look, I'm chocolatey. I don't know what to tell y'all. Some folks they deny it. Me, I own it. I'm a chocolatey brother. So dark chocolate too. What's up? What's up, man? Hey, man. Look, I'm just me, man. Look, homecoming is just another day for me up there, man. Look, I'm from Tallahassee. Tell y'all quick, when you local, in the words of what's that? What's that? Bobby Schmurda or whoever that was. No, you know better. No, sir. Look, I don't know if y'all saw the my boy put up his pictures. Look, he actually happened to catch me at the right spot in the end zone. Told y'all I'd be posted up, make sure I could be seen just in case the missus want to look and see where I'm at on the field. I don't want no smoke. But here's hoping, that everybody enjoys homecoming. We are halfway through. So if you up there in Tallahassee already, some of y'all on the road, I appreciate you listening. 10-2, keep 2 on the wheel. Make sure you stop in your favorite spots. If you like me, you got to stop in your safe spots. I don't get off at everybody exit. Brian has learned with me. We stop at a few places. And yeah, that Panera Bread in Gainesville is one of my spots. The Busy Bee is one of my spots. Those are normally my 3 main. So on the way up, I got my 3 little spots. The worst kind of worst, I'll stop at a rest stop in certain areas. I can tell y'all where. But yeah, I know, still DWB out there. So what's up, Tamara T? What's up, Gail? Again, happy homecoming. Hope you're enjoying. If you at the concert, enjoy the concert. Like I don't need what you're trying to do today. And so what's it? T-Pain tomorrow, I think. It's gonna be a great weekend if you are a rattler. So I think it's just me and Mini Me this time. Mini Me and I think Dr. B is already gonna be up there. So good times, man. But again, today's episode is more than Perry Street, man. So I'm a local from the city. So for me, that's always one of my favorite parts of homecoming is like getting there a little early, getting out to Perry Street and spending a good $40, $50. Get you some. It's either I might go to Max, might get a turkey leg. It's either turkey leg, candy apple, or fried fish. It's one of them 3. The other year I got some fried fish. I hope they back out there. That spot I went to, they was fire. But we're gonna see, man. Like I'm not a conch guy. So, sorry if you are, no judgment. I just don't. It's the raw food for me. So, conch fritters, I've had them before, but okay. So tomorrow's Friday. So let me go ahead and give y'all a little something for Friday. So Friday, the spot to hit up, Metro Deli. So if you're there in Tallahassee for lunch, you kind of want a spot that's close to fam. It might be a little tight, but it's not going to be like obliterated. Metro Deli, it's pulled chicken Friday, my go-to. If they don't have the pulled chicken Friday, I get the bays, but I don't like onions. So I'll do the bays, no onions, no banana peppers. That's if you kind of that downtown area. So if you're going to, donuts, you already know Donut Kingdom's spot. They closed one by FSU. So trying to think of some other local spots, man. ATL Wings, you already know what's up with them. So none of these sponsor the show either. And Olean's is back open. So, shout out to her and her family, that she was mourning. So, what's up, Troy? Just giving y'all a couple food spots. There's more places than Harry's. Matter of fact, if you are right in that Harry's spot, there is a little pizza spot like a block down to the right, down College, going towards Florida State. They got some of the best calzones of the city. Like, don't go at night. Potbelly's right around the corner. But just telling y'all, a couple food spots to hit up. The little pizza spot never let me down. Harry's is missed for me a couple times. I hate their grits. Like, they give you those grit cakes, trash. But their crawfish etouffee, it ain't missed. Like, it ain't never missed. So tomorrow night, please, T-Pain concert. By the time I get there, though, look, I'm gonna tell y'all once. I'm gonna say this one time only. Don't be at my spot. Look, don't be at Whataburger. Don't look. I'm just saying. As a matter of fact, Saturday morning, if I see you at Whataburger and you holding up the line, I might get out the car and fight you. I only go to Whataburger between 11 and 11. You can keep their burgers. I go there for the breakfast. It's a honey butter chicken biscuit, the little hash browns, and a soda. Judge your mama. She's a saint. God's still working on me. But look, I'm telling you, those are my spots. I'm definitely hitting up Whataburger because I ain't gone yet for a home game. I tried to go last time, and I went to that man's place because there was no other place open, and the food was trash. And I was like, I was supposed to be boycotting, but I was starving post game, and I'm really trying to go everywhere else, but nothing else was open. But yeah, I don't know, man. Look, like I told you, I don't conk. Now, I will tell y'all, look, the locals gonna get mad at me. If you really want some really good seafood and you want to be a little off for campus, go to Shells. Like go to the little oyster spot over there. Y'all, if you know, right there on the south side of town, behind that subway, right across from where Costa's used to be, a little spot right there. Yes, sir. That you get the fried shrimp. Don't miss. Look, I done gave y'all enough local spots, man. Look, other local spot. Look, they also sponsor the show at St. Clair and I. Hit that Piggly Wiggly up, get the pork chop sandwich. Gotta get it hot though. Gotta get it hot. That hot pork chop sandwich from Piggly Wiggly. Chef kiss. Hey man, I done gave you enough local spots. Somebody need a sponsor. Mission sponsors though. Hey, it's supposed to be booster time. We trying, man. We trying. We gonna get there. So you can do the annual membership. They're really pushing for lifetime memberships, man. So Gail said she went today. I'm telling you, a couple spots in town. Look, you ain't got to go everywhere near campus. Get a little away from campus. They're gonna be tripping at the mall. Everything at the mall ain't good no way. But Rattler Boosters, they're amazing. They are one of the teams behind the team. So I think Fangs exchange is going on tonight. We ain't gonna be long tonight. We're gonna be strong, but not long. We ain't gonna overly talk about that game either. Lifetime still $750, Troy. Look, for the price of $750, you pay once, you never pay again. It's a really solid deal. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My order of lifetimes is Rattler Boosters, Cap Outside, and FAMU National Alumni Association. So yeah. So good seafood spot. Man, my family gonna hate me if I tell you the spot. It's a little ways away, but if you're already in town, go tomorrow to Angelo's. Look, that's the last one I'll give y'all. Look, just Google Angelo's. It's worth the ride. Just get you and your friends together. Be sober. Go during the day for lunch or whenever they open. That's the spot. But yeah. That's if you want to get out, get away from the crowd, and actually enjoy your food. That's one of them. So yeah, man. Well, look, Willie Simmons applied B2A last night. I watched that game, man. Like that was enjoyable for him. Also, he got his birthday, so they did their thing, man. So, also all I saw was chicken and pizza. Where at? Look, I'm telling y'all, I'm so Tallahassee. If I'm getting pizza, I'm going to Hungry Howie's. I'm getting the cinnamon sugar crust with the pepperoni pizza. Judge somebody else. I live with kids and I used to work with college students. It's not supposed to work, but it does. Blue Crab spot, probably Leola's. Okay. If I'm getting blue crabs in Tallahassee, I make them on. Like, just my mom knows. If we doing blue crabs, we doing them ourselves. We not, if you don't want to make them, Leola's gonna be solid. Like, it's gonna be a little salty, but just saying. That's just me though. Like, Leola's, it don't miss, but it do be a little salty. Like, I do be a little like, I need some water. I'm a little lightheaded. So it's just me though. Hey, look, man, I'm telling you, that's the only thing I'll get from them. The cinnamon sugar crust pizza with the pepperoni. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why, Colin. Also, Hallelujah 95, St. Clair Moraine. Look, we had a great time today. We had Liam from the Democrat. We were talking about that right there, man. And talking about Florida State and FAMU. They both better win. So, question was, how's Ted's Montana? It's straight. It's overpriced, but it's straight. I wouldn't walk across the desert sands for it. But if I had to go there or walk-ons, I'm going to Ted's. But there is a Outback right across the street. So if you're going to Ted's or Outback, go to Outback. FSU plays Stanford out there, 10 o'clock in the morning, West time. Boy, that's a warm-up. That's a tarmac game right there. Because you lose that game, you might well stay your butt on. Don't even come out there. Just buy you a house in California. You got it. Straight up. Other thing, look, y'all saw ONG Strike Zone. Appreciate y'all. Look, we have a campaign, Race to 10K. Support the track team if you can, if you will. If it's $1, $10, $1,000, $10,000, every bit helps. We appreciate y'all. Many hands make light work. So, just saying, man. But thank you for everybody. OSG Strike Zone. You already know, man. We all work together. So, look, Leola's, they used to have a food truck. They I don't know. They probably over there though. You put up a sale. I'm gonna leave you alone. I don't even know what side of town he at now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I remember Jim used to be like Golden Eagle or something. But look, FAMU basketball though. Look, season tickets are out there. I like what they're doing. Like press release wise, they're doing a lot, and they're doing it at the right time. They're partially doing it at a time when we just need something else to talk about. Did the university make a PS? I saw a little something. Saying we're gonna have an increased police presence out there. I'm just saying they need the hammers out there. Like a couple folks with that hammer. One thing that I did see though, that basketball schedule, the home schedule's out there. I'm seeing Sanford, Jacksonville University, West Georgia. That looks like Stetson. No, Southeastern Louisiana. Sorry. Then you get into SWAC play, Grambling Southern, Jackson State, Alcorn, PV, Texas Southern, Alabama A&M, and Alabama State. And we finish with Cookman. Thank you. Hopefully we don't start with Cookman. Like, y'all already know. And normally SWAC is really lazy when it comes to scheduling. Like they literally just flip the schedule. So if you start the season with Cookman the year before, you finish the season with Cookman. So more than likely, we start the season in Daytona, which they actually got their whole schedule on the website. Shout out to them. Yep. Oh my gosh. In your infinite wisdom, Southwestern Athletic Conference, do better. Do better. This is stupid. Stop being lazy. January 3rd, Nobody's on campus. Granted, the game was packed last time. Troy can attest to that. Not saying much, but still, stop it. Stop just flip-flopping the game because nobody's going to be there. You might get some alumni like me that might come up. I ain't going to hold you. The best part of going to the game at Bethune-Cookman is Buc-ee's. It's Buc-ee's. I've done Bethune Grill enough. The wings are good, but after you've had it like 17 times, you're like, all right, I'm getting the same thing every time. They got a good pork chop sandwich too, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, my buddy's late dad, he got it one time, and his uncle got it, and they went there. But yeah, Buc-ee's. The best part of going to Daytona is going to Buc-ee's. I get my little partner to go with me, and literally, we just going to get candy. Like, do I get gas? Sometimes I get gas, sometimes I don't. A lot of times I just fill up at Sam's. I ain't gonna hold you. And then I'll get like stuff at Buc-ee's. Hey, I'm gonna put you on game, Kyle. When you go to Buc-ee's, get the 3-meat sandwich. Woo! You won't go back. I'm telling you, bro. It's got the brisket. It's got like a sausage on it, and I think I've got some of get the 3-meat sandwich at Buc-ee's. That mug like $12. But I'll be walking out there with like 2-3 of them. About 2 of them. I eat one on the way, and then I get 2 because my back ain't so big where I can eat both of them. Not anymore. Like, just saying. You've never been to Bethune Grill? You should go. It's a good experience. It is really good. I've never done their stuffed whole chicken at Buc-ee's. Okay. Look, I mess around and I get into a flow, and it's all right, man. Either the Crawford. What? Troy, we don't have a conversation on the sideline, good sir. Just saying, man. Oh, hey. But mentioning basketball, look, guys been busy. So I ain't gonna lie. I definitely got some of these and shared some of these, but got a basketball offer. Got a little guard there. Cameron DaCosta. Look, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to it. This is an interesting year, right? If you're a FAMU fan, like, football is in a space where it's a have to win game. Women's basketball is in a space where it's like a have to be competitive season. I ain't gonna say she got to win. Like, I ain't gonna even blow up, your keister like that and say that Coach Pressure has to win the SWAC. I won't say that. If she finishes in the top 3, she's probably coming back. Top 3, top 5. She got a shot. Anything below the 6, we'll see. But she's got all the pressure coaching-wise. Charlie Ward, if Charlie Ward makes the SWAC tournament, that's really all he's got to do. Like, you got some players from Florida State that are transferred over. Some with some size, too. Like, this is probably the tallest team FAMU's had in a mighty long time. I'm excited. And you're playing some games in some different places. One game's here in Orlando, Metropolitan Orlando. I think it's actually in Kissimmee. But we'll claim them for today. Well, no, we'll claim them. Kissimmee is like New Puerto Rico. Like, and that's not being disrespectful. Like, anybody from Orlando will tell you, like, you want some good mofongo, some good Puerto Rican food, go to Kissimmee. Like, it's like that down there. But that's going to be something. They got a couple games going on, but the ladies, I think if she has a decent season, she's safe. Like, 6 wins and she's all right. They finish in 8th. You can't finish in 8th. You gotta get top. If you get me one more spot, you give me 7. And either way, I'm not so enraged by FAMU basketball, right? I know what was left there. I like Coach Pillow. I liked her. She was a good person. But I don't know. I'm with you though. Look, mentioning that he wants to go to the dance. He got a decent little schedule. I will say, I love this schedule. What I love about it is, especially, I love the day before my birthday. You got Edward Waters. The FSU game is the exhibition game. So that's a beautiful thing. Kennesaw State's coming down, Jacksonville University. Then you start SWAC play with Southern, Grambling, on down the line. So I love the fact that you got some winnable home games. Like, to me, as a fan, I need that. I need that basketball wise, baseball wise, football wise. Give me a game or two that you can win. You shouldn't lose there with Waters. Not saying that you can't, but and this is another one. You say top 8. Honestly, basketball, it don't matter what he get. He ain't getting fired. Like, and it's not that much you can do in recruiting to really mess it up outside of just looking like an abject disaster. I'm going to be interested to see what we see from him, though. I'm wondering if you watch Charlie Ward play ball, how much of that is what we're going to see? Like, are we going to see more of the kind of what we saw with him at Florida State when FSU basketball was fun? I ain't going to hold you. Versus what we saw in the NBA, which the Knicks were fun, but, I don't think Miami Heat fans, and bumped them guys. If Charlie takes FSU down, it's a wrap. The season's going to be exciting. Man, Luke Laus know better and know how parking works during basketball season. Normally during basketball season, you just park at Bragg. I almost said the Bragg. But just park at Bragg and walk over. So there's no real like alumni booster parking, which I don't know if that's a bad thing because there's so much parking around the arena. I think the fact that if you come, that's enough. Like, we're going to see Coach Handball? Please, God, no. I'm sorry, Troy. Like, and I liked Coach Hamilton, but I don't know, man. Like, I guess for me, it's the end. The last couple years of Coach Ham were rough. But, man, Leonard Hamilton had some years at Florida State. Like, we could honestly say this and be non-hyperbolic. Leonard Hamilton might be the best, maybe second best basketball coach in FSU history. Like, and I'm not just saying that for certain reasons. Like, in actuality, Leonard Hamilton, for anybody who wants to refute that, you never watched the Stevie Robinson era of Florida State basketball. Horrible. That was bad. Like, just saying. Like, I remember Steve Robinson basketball. Oh my gosh. Like, he is. And look, I'm telling you, I remember Pat Kennedy was fun. Like, but okay. All right, Troy. I should have invited you on the show. Look, I ain't even think about it. I know you got your thing coming in a minute. But did Ham just run out of talent? Like, when he had the teams get to the tournament, especially that last about a decade ago, did they just run out of talent? And I think that's kind of my question with what Coach Ward is bringing to FAMU. If we like to speak things into existence, but if FAMU can make it to a tournament, right? Is that your concern about FAMU basketball? That they get to a tournament spot and they just run out of talent? Because I think that's really what happened to Florida State a lot of those times. Like, they ran out of talent. Like, I'm just saying. I'll say Coach Lady's looking better than the men's squad. Yeah, I hope they come together and do well. We shall see. I'm excited. I love some of the games we're gonna play. I think UCF. I think my second favorite coach is gonna apply B2A. That's my girl. She definitely has to win this year. So it's gonna be some games where you got to win, man. So you got to get some dubs. Don't forget, softball do got their thing going on. So y'all know, look, we hype up everybody right here. If you can give for 25, 50, 75, or 150, they take all comers, scan the QR code over to the yonder there, make me small so that you can scan that. Look, we support all FAMU athletics. We here. So, all right. Now, look, I hear y'all. Y'all been talking real greasy about my baseball coach. And look, I got 2 videos. I'm only gonna play one because one of them got music, and I don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube. But we got a commitment. Look, Raymond Zabala got a commitment there. Look, just saying. Got another commitment. And then Gray, he's a middle infielder. And in the words of DJ Khaled, another one. Got a catcher. Okay. Nicholas Brown. Look, y'all was talking greasy about Coach Shoop. Coach Shoop said, man, look, you ain't got to see me, but you going to feel me. You going to feel me. 3 baseball commitments. Hey, I'm just saying. We need somebody to win some championships. we leaning on the track team real hard right now. We're leaning on track and baseball and softball real hard right now. I'm just saying, he did get old though. You're not wrong. Coach Sam was a good dude, man. We're highly respected. But FAMU baseball, okay, 3 commitments. And look, I told you, I talked to one of the parents few months ago. He said, "You gonna like it." He hit me with that Men's Warehouse line. You gonna like the way you look. I was like, okay, all right. What's up, Marvin? Now, yeah, I know we gotta address the elephant in the room. Before we do that, no excuses, just facts. 3, 2, and 1 are on your schedule, and the way it's looking, B2A. Like, I'm just saying. We got Jackson in a few weeks. We got Alcorn this week. Bama State, B2A. NCCU, B2A. Yes, man. This week is bigger than Perry Street, right? And part of it is because, one, you kind of know what you're gonna get a quarterback, right? We are very likely to see RJ back in there. And at this point, I can't blame Coach. I'm not mad at that. Like, I would have loved to seen all our quarterbacks earlier, but you're probably gonna see RJ. He protects the ball more. Jet was a little more loose with the ball. Granted, he's played 6 quarters. RJ's played like 12 to 18. So again, my numbers aren't perfect with RJ. So I meant RJ 12 to 18. Jet 6. So we'll see when we get there. I think the big thing here is what kind of adjustments are you gonna make? Like, that was kind of one of the things we got going on, man. I'm with you, Troy. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think just looking at the post game, right? And I don't know. You was protecting yourself from Marlo. But Coach kind of had that look like, I gave what you wanted. He didn't have a good game. I'm not gonna keep doing that. And if that's your logic, I'm cool with it. Like, my biggest thing was we need to see everything. We need to see more, because once conference play hits, there's no room for error. And like I said before, that everything in front of us line, I don't go for that. I don't. I'm not. You got to sell me reality. I'm a rational fan. If that exists, like, it would have been any better if these games against the top 3, if they were on the road. Oh no, they'd have been worse. Ooh. Yeah, no. I ain't gonna lie to you. That NCCU game, I would have hated to play up there. Like, I would have hated to play it up there. The Alabama State game, I don't know. I mean, either way, the product you put out there is not working. And I think as a fan, like, when we're looking at the football product, because you got some offers that went out there, didn't get all the recruiting offers right. Like I told y'all, man, we finishing up some things right now, and it's time consuming. Unfortunately, it's taken away from a lot of things, friends, family, work, but in the show. But in recruiting, most of the offensive line, you do see some skill positions a lot of JUCO products. And this week in Tallahassee could be one of the most interesting weeks ever, or it could just be an ho-hum day because both programs are at that point where we the black man and we asking the guy, can we cuss? And y'all in particular saying, I'm sick of that person. If you seen it, you seen it. If you haven't, Google it. You gonna laugh. But truer words have never been spoken. And it's not because you don't like people. It's because you don't like results. Like in recruiting, what we're doing is a lot of JUCO offensive linemen. And one of the things when we're looking at recruiting, both schools have a similar issue, right? Especially at some key positions. Are you recruiting enough guys out of high school? I've heard FSU people talk about that. I don't hide anything about this. I definitely highly inspired by the Notecast. Look at the logo, look at their logo, look at my logo. There's an inspiration. There's a little bit of homage there. But when you're looking at it, there's a recruiting issue. Some of it is you might be a little overly reliant on the transfer portal. You might not be developing talent as well as you should. That's an open question. Like, just saying, like, in recruiting, you're still going after a lot of guys who are probably JUCO kids. You can ask the honest question of have we done enough to develop our own talent? Because when you looked at both the Alabama State game and the NCCU game, hell, even the Howard game, that's talent that they've mostly developed on their own. Was there a bit of out coaching in there? Abso-freaking-lutely. You definitely got worked in the coaching area in some points, but you also got out talented, which I don't think you got out talented in the Howard game. I think you just flat out got out coached. I can say in the NCCU game, both. I will say that about the Alabama State game too, though. I think position for position, that was going into that game. Remember, I told y'all that wasn't really on my bingo list for like a confident dub. Like my two was NCCU, Jackson State, and that one. Howard was not on my bingo card. So when you're coming into this game here, there's a couple things. Honestly, it's almost too hot to do it in Tallahassee, but you could darn them with the noon kickoff just so everybody gets to the party. But you've got to figure out a way as a coaching staff, you got to win the fans back, because I'm like y'all, we weren't so bold the way we would have booed the football team, but it's a different generation of kids. These kids built different. And one thing they're not for, they don't love attrition. Like, I'm not saying that I ain't gonna say they're soft, but this generation kids are more used to instant gratification. And it's crazy because I thought my generation was used to instant gratification. These new generation of students and individuals are so used to, I'm on my phone, it happens in 10 minutes, it happens in 5 minutes, to where they don't have patience. And a lot of us adults ain't got a lot of patience either. And one of the things that you don't have patience for is losing. I'm not going to go out there, spend $100 an outfit. Let's call it spade a spade. It's $100, $125 for a decent outfit. Put on some decent cologne, get sweaty, and then y'all losing. That's not a thing. So, or I can work somewhere. I can make 125, 150 or more, and I could stay home, and y'all still losing. That's the little kid's hand motion. I don't make the noise. I don't say the numbers, but you figure it out. So I think when you're looking at where this program's at and where we're doing right now, you got to get the fans back by any means necessary. And I think some of last week was trying to get the fans back. That was, I'm gonna give you the quarterback you want to see. I'm gonna rotate some of the players you want. I'm listening to you. I hear you. Are you gonna buy back in? And then when it didn't work, it was like, I at least tried. And so now it goes to that next phase of you got to win out with no bye weeks. Like, you look, I'm just telling you, Gail, that we're going to get a promotion before we do that right now. Like, 8,000 missed from attempts. Look, that was a failure the first 2 weeks. Like, there was not 14,000. And I'll be honest, last week, that might have been 10. I think it was closer to 8. But in the words of these children, it could be 6 or 7. But 10,000? I think y'all counted some of them folks who had already bought tickets and sold them. But that's beyond me. I think for this week, a couple things. You got to try to win the fans. You got to win homecoming. This can't be Michael Smith putting down Old Yeller. Like, just saying, we're not winning out. Need to hope this Alcorn doesn't end up in a tie. It can't be that. It can't be a tie. That's impossible. But that is looking like 2K. Man, look. It's an interesting season, man. It's for somebody who gets the blessing of being on the sideline. You can see the players' frustration. Like, they're tired of it. We're tired of it. They starting to ask questions. They asking the same questions you asking. They just waiting on something to happen themselves. Like, what can we do to stop this? Because we've really tried. We put in the work. We did everything they told us to do, but it's not working. I think for this game, so we can make sure we definitely give some type of point of reference, right? As far as what we need in this one, you got to do something different. Like, offensively, the game plan's vanilla. We know what the first play of the game's probably going to be. It's going to be a run play or screen. I'm sorry. Like, you got 3 plays on first down. It's a draw play or a screen. Or it's a quarterback read where the quarterback never takes the ball or a screen. You've got literally, it looks like your offense got 10 plays. A 10 play offense works if they can't stop it. But and when you run more than those 10 plays, you get something. But then all of a sudden, now you got 12 plays. And they've seen all 12 of your plays now. Like, the offense, I said it last week, so I'm not going to overly do it. Offensive line needs help. Help them. The receivers. The little baby says, I believe it's actually 5. I mean, that's what it feels like, right? Like, there's got to be more imagination in play calling. Not saying that in some of the stuff, you can't do what you used to do in CFL legally, right? Rules-wise. But some of the stuff you can do, bring it. Motion. Like, one of the best things about watching the CFL, I don't know anybody else who grew up watching it. Like, I grew up watching football. The CFL has a lot of motion. I don't know if y'all caught Penalty Talk the other week, and I missed it last night. If y'all didn't, go catch Penalty Talk. Him and Bishop Bonnet, and to get Ryan Stanley, a couple other guys doing a great job last night. But one of the things when they had Kevin Elliott on there, and shout out Kevin Elliott, he's a great guy. But he was talking about how much easier the CFL was as a receiver. One of the things about CFL is there's a lot of motion. When you told me we were getting this guy and he had that CFL experience, I was looking for high-level quarterback play and a lot of motion in the offense. Bring that to FAMU. Otherwise, this is going to be a short stint. Because what happens with our quarterbacks, if you put receivers in motions, not motions, sorry, in motion, helps the quarterback read the defense, right? It also helps give you advantages because if that receiver's in motion, ball snapped, he's got to run and start versus somebody's got a dead start. Not saying that, somebody's got to get set in some areas and stuff like that, but like use some of the things that you can use to your advantage. Like we don't need to see 5,000 reverses. I promise you, Tallahassee is like the home with the reverse. Between Florida State and FAMU, ain't no other people running more reverses in a city. And I think FAMU's only done it a couple times. FSU run it like 4 times a game. Like, just saying, you've got to do more. Sergeant says, "What's the narrative if we lose? Will he quit? No. Be fired. OC be fired. My thoughts. I don't think Cozy quits. I don't think he built like that. Like, I don't think he's a quitter. And I don't think as a coach, it ever shows good for you to quit. That's just my personality. It doesn't look good to be fired, but it looks worse if you quit. Because what do you tell the kids? Or they're not kids, they're young men, right? What do you tell them? What do you tell their parents? Especially, it's one thing to say, we're losing, I'm not doing well. It's a whole nother thing to say, man, F this, I quit. Like, dang. Like, I think recruiting wise, that lands different. I don't want to quit. I get why people do want that to happen if you want a coaching change because of the contract, right? Right. But I don't think you want a person who just quits as your coach. Like, that it's just not a good look. And it just speaks to something for your next job. What do you say? It's one thing you get a promotion. If you get a promotion and you leave, that's something. But to quit, I won't say Willie quit. He got a promotion. He got a what? $400,000 promotion. I mean, he had to quit to take the job, but did he just quit and step away from football? I think that's a little more where I'm at with it. And I think with where he's at now, speaking of Colsey, if he were to quit, does he become a DC somewhere else? Does he become a position coach somewhere else? Like, I don't know if that happens. Do you all of a sudden become a GA, like an analyst? I think, with that kind of thinking, like, I think Duke was an upgrade because what did it end up at? Like, he went to be a position coach. I think he was getting paid $500,000. So at the time, it was like a $250,000 raise. Then he leaves there and ends up at FIU the next year, and he's making $750,000 now before incentives kick in. I think if Willie hits all his incentives, it's like $1 million. It's like $800,000, $900,000 contract. So he has a promotion, facilities wise, less stress, more money. I mean, it doesn't sound good for my pride as a FAMUan. Like, of course, Duke doesn't sound like it's a raise or a promotion, but you look money wise and in results, it turned out to be a promotion. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. But I don't think Colsey quits. I think, I'll be honest, if it goes left the way some folks think, or maybe even hope, I don't know how you feel about that, but I think he stays. Partially, it's the benefit of the instability at the athletic director position. I think if you had more stability at the athletic director position, you would be more prepared to make a move because your short list would be shorter. I'm not going to say Michael Smith doesn't have one, but I will say what's his short list right now. Like, that's where I'm at with it. Like, what's his short list of coaches? And I think every athletic director has a short list of coaches, or should, for every sport. Like, that's not, I don't care if it's basketball, football, baseball, tennis, you should have a short list of coaches, right? Whether it's for facilities, what have you. Like, there's a short list of coaches, 5 or 10 guys or gals that you're like, if something happens, I'm calling. I think you keep that on your computer at all times. I don't think in 2 weeks, in dealing with a homecoming, dealing with broadcast stuff and XYZ in the third, and just figuring out everything back as athletic director, you're ready to go back and be like, on top of all that, I'm getting rid of the football coach. I don't think you're ready there. I think if there's any type of movement, and just addressing that question there, I think if there is a move, it's at the end of the season. But at the same point, I think that's going to come with some things. Like, there's going to be a serious conversation. 1 points per game's got to go up, because the reason people are nervous about some games, and the reason I've been nervous for weeks, is because of the points per game. I'm very big on that statistic. Turnovers, I don't like them, but if you're averaging a turnover, 2 turnovers a game, but you're getting 40 points per game, hey, it's very likely, you in a lot of shootouts, but you averaging 40, defense is giving up 20, we getting dubs. I'm not really overly concerned, but I think it's that end part. So I don't think, make a long story short, losing homecoming to me, is it a fireable offense? Absolutely. In the state of your current athletic program, is it a fireable offense? No, because there's just no stability. There's not enough stability there. You brought in somebody to steady the ship, but it's just too short a notice to make a decision that big. That's just me, though. So you want that 200K check, he ain't quitting. If you fired, you still get it. I mean, exactly. And again, as we pointed out, he works in the state of Florida. His contract is public information, so you can look it up. You can find it. It's out there. You do a better job writing contracts, and that's any coach. I think you wrote his contract. Whoever wrote his contract, it was very copy and paste, but you wrote the contract with the best interest, thinking he would succeed, he'd be a winner, he would do all these great things. And right now, we're not succeeding. And so there's not a lot of language in the contract for like early dismissal and breaking up payments. I think you write that into all future coaches' contracts. So it's not like you should get this guy fired. I never said that. I never said fire the coach. You can go back and say that. You can go back and listen. Keith ain't said it. But he knows the gravity of where he needs to be. And I think one thing was telling, if you caught, I hadn't seen it yet, but if you caught the show from Monday, not the show from Monday, but the coach's call from Monday, he was very aware and very transparent about what happened last year. One of the things he stated last year was, once them guys realized they wasn't going to win a SWAC, they checked out. I'm paraphrasing, and I think going into this year, that's probably one of the things that you are going to struggle with right now. You need to win this game, not just for the morale of the alumni and the fan base, but so that you can keep the team in some way, form, or fashion. Because if not, these are 20-year-olds. These are 18 to 25-year-old young men. You know what you was like 18 to 25. It didn't take long. If it didn't go the way you wanted to, it was going to be something else. And look, I miss AD 19. I'll say this. For AD 19 and interim AD Michael Smith, if a change was made, I don't think there's another group of athletic directors from the FAMU side that I'd probably want making that decision. Not in recent history, right? I think so far, Michael Smith is the Barry Bonds of hiring coaches at FAMU. That dude hits home runs. Like, say what you want to. Like I said, I don't know if you got a short list for anything, but check Michael Smith's track record. He's done well. So far, 80-19. She's 2 for 2. Well, one of them's great. The other one, we still on the fence by him. But you got a monster of a coach. Now, can he put it together is a whole nother question, especially in a non-revenue sport like bowling. But softball, oh, she killed that. Coach Beal, shout out. She been on the show. Telling you, man. Terry Newhouse before his name gets hot. You think he would come to FAMU? Look, I'm just saying. That's interesting. Is she allowed at FAMU homecoming? I don't know. Look, I think Charlie Ward was a good hire too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought that was pulling that rabbit out of your hat. That was fire. Like, the jury's still gonna be out, but to look at the structure of FAMU basketball, right? It's different. It's very buttoned up. This is the most professional FAMU basketball has ever looked. I think Crary was solid though. Crary was an amazing coach. We messed up with that. But if you're gonna drop the ball like that with Coach Crary to bring in a guy like Charlie Ward and who's bringing in a system that he's bringing in, and I'm not just talking about a system as far as games and X's and O's. I'm talking about an actual like system organization wise. She did really freaking good. So I think if you ever were to make changes, you got the ADs either 19 or interim that you want making that decision, and that both understand what FAMU people are going to put up with and what they're going to pay for. For this game, for homecoming, this hurts to say this. I got Alcorn. We can't score. Like, if FAMU could score, FAMU should win by 3-4 touchdowns. The problem is you can't freaking score. Like, that's the problem. It's not anything short of the simple fact that this offense ain't gave you nothing in weeks. Like, the last time the offense gave you anything was against a Division II team, and you darn near lost that game. Like, I want to win. I think we should win. If I had to put my money in the pocket right now, or in the pot, and I had to bet it all, I think I would probably put my money on Alcorn at this second. And that's absolutely nuts. I should not have that feeling about FAMU football. Like, we should always win homecoming. And if you lose homecoming, it should be an upset. But yeah, man, like, let's see though. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. If y'all are so inclined, last week was an easy week. I do not know where the screen went. That thing disappeared. There we go. I don't like that it did that. But if you did see, we had a decent week in the pick'ems. I think we went 5-0 last week. Didn't share them. Kind of been, off it a little bit. But week 7, who do we pick? Delaware State came through for you, mans. South Carolina State came through for me. Sacred Heart, Alabama A&M, and I told you I had Jackson State. So it was 5-0 last week. But currently, we are in 7th. I love the number 7. I'm biased. But we behind some people, man. So, let's not let the hate enter our heart this week. That's held us back a few times. I trust Hampton like I trust the plague. Give me Villanova. Not doing a confidence pick for that. Ooh, this is gonna be a tight one. Howard or Tennessee State. We're gonna let the hate into my heart. I don't trust them at all. PV over Southern. Southern is the worst team in the Southwestern Athletic Conference offensively. Only led by FAMU, second worst team. Grambling or UAPB. That's a tough one. This is gonna be a tough week right here. Men's versus boys. Give me Grambling. I think UAPB. I can't drink the Kool-Aid on that, man. And I have to pick all corner FAMU. Oh my gosh. I have to. I don't want to. Can I submit it without? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we got to pick. They've been burning me all season long with these damn Rattlers. I'm going to pick them, even though I think they're going to lose. Overall scores in that game, give me 50 for that one. My heart, yeah. So probably going to bite me in the butt, but I'm going to pick FAMU, even though I think they're going to lose. So, freaking frack. What are we going to do with our freaking Rattlers? All right, y'all. Look, so I did pick FAMU to win, even though I think they're going to lose. It's homecoming. Like, I can't do that to pick them. You know, we're not in first place right now anyway. 2-time champ, probably going to have to give up the belt. But look, I will if the Lord so agrees, we shall be on the field, man. Look, oh man, have mercy. Look, y'all get some oil rubbing around the stadium. That's half the problem right now. Somebody auntie ain't went around Bragg Stadium with her oil and prayed on over that field. That's what need to happen, because that's the only thing gonna save us right now. Because look, even the band was praying for halftime, playing spirituals, and that didn't help. But this time we need the Lord. So, but yes, Barry 305, we will enjoy homecoming. Look, y'all be safe. Extra police presence out there. If Nut Peanut little pussy started talking about going out there, tell the police. Look, it ain't snitching. It's just something that got to happen, man. If gin don't take over, I'll be on the field. I don't drink gin. Gin make you say the tequila bit clothes fall off. But I am a sucker for a good bourbon, which I don't drink before game day. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Normally, I don't drink in Tallahassee. So I got my 5-star down here at the house. I jump on some of that, but I don't normally drink on game day. I don't normally drink in Tallahassee, period, especially around my parents. Like, I might get a little something like that, man. Can't call Eddie Jackson at halftime no more. No, man. That 220 meeting, man, that was a good thing. Not what a lot of folks expected. Not a complete surprise either, though. So, probably a good break, right? But we'll see, man. Hopefully, if y'all traveling Tallahassee, be safe. I told y'all, I don't want to see you at the Whataburger Saturday morning. Don't be at my spot. I'm like, matter of fact, I'm gonna go get some gas. I'm gonna go to the Whataburger I don't really like. No, I'm going to my favorite. I'm going to my favorite Whataburger. And I ain't had Bojangles yet this either. Like, I only go to the Bojangles in Tallahassee. The ones down here don't have real chicken. Anyways, look, top flight out. The line go be 4-5 hours. Don't complain. Don't get upset. You already know what's up. You've been there. Harry's, the line's gonna be 3 hours. Don't complain. Y'all folks don't know other places to go. So, but anyways, we'll see y'all, man. It's gonna be some good times. Troy, look, hopefully I'll see you on the field, man. I love talking to Troy during the games, man. Troy's facial expressions, like Troy's eyes be telling on him. Like, he'd be like, he had glass on, be like, bruh. He'd be like, I can't be next to y'all, man. I gotta move. Top flight of the moon. Well, this week I'm not going to either. But I believe it's Grown Folks Night of the Moon. I have been to the moon before. I've never been to top flight. So, yeah, I've never been to top flight, partially because my mom is from that neighborhood. Nah, man, I can't be partying in the neighborhood, man. Like, I'm one of those people. I'm very conscientious about who sees me party, and I don't get loose anyway. But I'm just careful, man. I can't, certain things you can't do, man. So, but I heard the wings are top flight and the drinks are fire. So, maybe for that Jackson State game, that might be the one, man. If we have a reason to celebrate, I'll let you know. If it is something by then, though, we will definitely try to hit the flight for that one. Thinking I was party hop and go to bow top flight before I hit the IMAX. Hey man, if you hit the IMAX, y'all already know. Hit the IMAX downtown. That's FAMU's IMAX. We share that with FSU, man. So I love that. Look, I miss working there some days. Some days I don't miss paycheck though. Look, fam, you don't want to pay nobody, boy. I had to get about it out. FSU was worse though. Like as bad as y'all want to talk about FAMU, FSU paid less than FAMU. So, all right, y'all. For everybody here, HBCU Digital Network, wife's got to get up. She is senior sponsor. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, best school in the county down here is Edgewater, and my wife's school, they be hazing kids. So if you see Edgewater on your football schedule, be prepared. The number is 888 do not haze. Your football team is about to get hazed, man, because they are applying B2A. And shout out to the good football team from Tallahassee that plays at 38 Trojan Trail, the district champions from my alma mater, Lincoln High School. So proud of those guys and the coaches over there, man. So, but the FAMU DRS got a win last week. So, my little summer school, I did 3 summers at DRS, I think. So, look, man, good times, man. Anywho, you already know, for everybody, HBCU Digital Network, we're going to see y'all. We'll be on the sidelines. We'll be in the press box. We'll be everywhere, but someplace we can get in trouble. Make sure you wear some clothes your mama can see you in. Don't be out there with your stomach, your butt, and your back out because, we take pictures and somebody will be trying to hit on you, trying to get their groove back because their wife ain't around. Anyways, it won't be me, though. All right. Y'all already know what's up. What's always going to be. Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal.
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Dorsey, have it!